Hello guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. So today I'm showing you how I use my coconut. If you're interested, let's do it together. So here I have all the coconuts, and the first step is going to be getting the juice, the water out of the coconut. So these are the tools I'm using. You need something pointy so that you can use it to poke the hole in the coconut so that you can get the juice. You don't want to break it and the juice is gonna splash everywhere because you want it. Yes, the water, juice water. So I use something pointy like a skewer stick to poke. You know, there's 3 holes there that you can see. Most of the time, 2 of them are very hard to poke. Yes, but there's always one that is easy to poke. So try until you find the one that is easy, poke it, try and make a hole out of it and just put it there. And the second method is just using here I'm using my my rolling pin, to just hit it. Yes, I'm hitting the head, like the top, but you hit and you rotate, you hit, you turn, you hit, you turn, so you can hit equally so that the top will break, just like that. And then you're gonna help yourself with a knife, to cut a bit of the flesh out to make a hole, and then you're going to be able to get the water out of it. So I'm going to repeat this process, the first method and the second method, for you to see how it works. And yes, this is the way you get your oil, your water out of your coconut. And when you do that, make sure you taste the water, because sometimes the water is not good, doesn't taste good at all. So make sure you taste the water first before you keep it, because if you do a lot of coconut, for example, the one that is not good, if you didn't taste it, you might add the others on top of it, and then it's going to spoil all your coconut water. So taste out of the coconut before you pour it in your jug. Yes, so this is the first method I'm showing you here again. Just try and poke a hole there and then put it on top of a jug or something and allow the water to drip until the coconut is empty. And while this is dripping, I'm gonna show you the second method again. So using my rolling pin or whatever you have there, just hit the head, turn it, hit the head, turn it. Just watch what I'm doing, and slowly it's going to start breaking. And this is how you're going to use a knife or something to just remove the shell and then cut a bit of the flesh and get the water out of it. Yes, and then we're going to move on to the next step, which is going to be breaking the coconut to remove the shell out of the flesh. So there you are. This is the coconut. Now we're going to break it, still using my rolling pin, and break it anyhow. Hit wherever you want, because there's no more water in there. We just want to break it into pieces. Yes, so that's all we want. So we're just going to break it. Now you might find some coconut that will be so hard that this one, for example, look, the inside is not looking good to me. The water was very delicious, but look how the inside is looking. I don't want it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it because it's too weird for me. Now you're gonna find some coconut that will be very hard, that your rolling pin won't be able to break them. Yes, you know, when they say that somebody has a hard head, like your head is hard like a coconut, this is what it means, as hard as these 3. So I'm gonna go outside and throw them on the floor to break them and come back, and this is what you have. I broke all my coconuts. There you are. Now the next step again is going to be removing them from the shell. So we're going to use a knife. When we finish removing them, I have 2 knives here, but I'm going to use that black one because the other one is too sharp and I want to be safe. I don't want to cut my fingers, so find something that is safe to do what I'm doing. Now I'm removing the skin out of the flesh. Yes, I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. Yeah, you can leave it as well. You don't have to remove the back, to be honest. Some people don't, but I like to remove mine because I like to see my desiccated coconuts, my dehydrated coconut flesh completely white. I don't want to see some black bits or things like that. So yeah, it's up to you. So here I'm just showing you how I remove the flesh from the shell. So you're going to put the knife in between the flesh and the shell and try to slide it slowly. then go to the other side, like try like that one way or the other until it comes off. So that's how I've been doing it, and that is it. We're going to throw away all these shells, yes, and then come back to the flesh. And now it's time to remove the skin from the back of the coconut flesh. But like I told you, you don't have to remove it. You can keep it if you want to, yeah, but I choose to remove mine. Yes, so it's all up to you. So we're just gonna do that and come back. And voila, it's all done nice and clean. We're just gonna wash them now and cut them into very tiny pieces. And here is the water. We're just gonna filter it so that we can remove all these dirt in there. Yeah, so this is it. I have my coconut. There was so much sun, sorry you can't see properly, it's too shiny, but yeah. So this is the water that has been filtered, the coconut water. We need some tap water as well, and we need to cut the coconut into pieces so that your blender will be able to blend it very well. Yes, so we're going to put a bit of the flesh in the blender, not too much because you want the blender to blend them very well. We're going to add a bit of coconut water, yeah, and then we're going to add a bit of plain water, and then we're going to blend it. And there you are, you see it's not blended properly, it's still into bits, it's chopped instead of being blended. It's not blended, it's chopped. So we're gonna add a bit more liquid, which is a bit more coconut water and a bit more plain water, and blend again until we get a very smooth consistency. And voila, there you are, we have what we're looking for. Now we're just going to get the milk out of the coconuts. Yes, so here I have a bowl and I have a cheesecloth. Yes, because we want it to be very, we don't want no bits in there, we want milk. So I have a cheesecloth. You can use a muslin or something like that. Yes, and I'm gonna pour everything in there, and I'm gonna I'm gonna press it very well and get all the milk out of that coconut flesh. Yes, look at that beautiful milk, so rich and delicious. You're gonna press as hard as you can. Yes, you need some strength here. So yeah, and then we're gonna get our coconut milk. So here the thing is that I'm not very satisfied because I feel like there's still some more milk inside that coconut flesh. So I'm going to use my juicer. The black thing you see there, the black tool you see there is a juicer. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to line a piece of cheesecloth in there, just because you know inside there's holes there and I don't want coconut to escape from there and go in my milk. So I'm just gonna line a cheesecloth in there, put some of the coconut that I've already strained, yeah, and press a bit more because I'm sure there's still some milk in there and I'm gonna prove it to you. So just keep watching. So here the trick is to press hard. You can see the milk from here. You see that milk up there? Yeah, the trick is to press and then open it, move it around, change the position of the cheesecloth and the coconut and press again. So you're going to move it around like that a few times and keep pressing until you're convinced that there's no more milk in there. Yes, and this is what you have. You're going to have some nice milk. There's still some milk in there. You're going to see the milk I am talking about. So you keep pressing like you need strength. And look at that. Look at all that milk coming out. Yes, this is still something. I need the milk more than the coconut flesh, trust me. Because most of the recipe I do with coconut, I prefer to use the milk better than the flesh. I use the flesh when I want some texture, that's it. But I prefer the milk. So this is it. It's very this juicer dehydrated it. It's almost dry. Look at that. It's not gonna take long to dry at all. And this is it. I finished doing it. This is my milk and this is my desiccated coconut, my dehydrated. It's not fully dehydrated yet because we need to dry it a bit more. It's still a bit humid. So yes, we need to work on it. But look at that. It's already like almost done. Yes, so that juicer, make sure you get one because it's very useful. So here we have the milk. And taking a closer look, you can see here that when the milk rests, the water comes down, then you have the milk, then you have the cream on top. So you have 3 layers. So now what we want to do, we want to remove the cream on top. Otherwise, it's solid, it's quite solid. So we want to remove the cream on top, and that cream, you can use it for so many things. Yes, but we don't want the cream in our milk because we want the milk is supposed to be liquid. And yes, I want mine liquid. So I'm gonna remove the cream on top, and it's gonna be the milk left with the water. But the water is fine, you just have to shake it. You see, when you buy coconut milk, it always says that shake well before you use, because yes, when it rests, it detached. Yeah, so this is the cream. Look at that. Yes, this is like, you almost have coconut oil here. Look at that. Look at that. You put that on the heat for a few minutes, and then the water content is going to evaporate very quick, and you're going to have your coconut oil. You can also use the cream for hair treatment, skin treatment, cooking recipes, like so much you can do with that cream. So here it is. I'm still using the strainer to remove more of the cream because there's still more, and I'm still going to strain the milk again to show you that there's still some few bits of cream in there. Yeah. So here it is. We're going to fill up our bottles now, our milk bottles, and I'm still going to strain it like I told you. We're still going to strain it again. Look, I started already. Look at what I have in my strainer there already. So yes, we want a nice milk. So yes, let's do it. Look at the cream my strainer collected. You see, there were quite a few cream bits in there. So this is it. I have my milk, nice and beautiful. Use it for cereal, use it for cooking, anything. Yes. And here is the desiccated coconut. You can just put it in a tray like that and allow it to air dry. But you can also put it in a pan on a very low heat and mix it until it's completely dried. Now the advantage with the pan is once it's dried, you can still continue to toast it until it gets like brownish. You see the difference in color? Yes, you can toast it until it gets like that, and it's gonna have a nice flavor, toasted flavor kind of. Yes. And the other option as well is to dehydrate it. So I put some as well in my dehydrator. Yes, and it took just 30 minutes on 50 degrees Celsius. And just 30 minutes on 50 degrees Celsius, and it was dry. And there it is. Everything is ready. This is the dehydrated. The one I did in my dehydrator. This is the toasted one I did in a pan. And then that same toasted one, I blended some to turn it into flour. Yes, so if you want a coconut flour, just blend that desiccated coconut and you get your flour. Yeah, and this is the flour there, you see, very beautiful. And then you have the cream. This has been in the fridge, so look how solid it is. Use that for cooking as well. Freeze it into small pieces and use it in your cooking. Use it for your hair, for your skin, whichever. Homemade. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.